What's up? George back again for another update, I guess you could call it. Got a few things to show. I'll also do a Halloween Kills review at the end of this. I've had a few people ask me about it over the last couple weeks. Um, Actually, I'll just get into that first. The As you probably know by now, Halloween Kills came out a couple weeks ago. Streaming service, Peacock, I think. Um, the first time I watched it, I fucking hated it. I really did. I thought it was a bloated mess. I actually posted something on Facebook about it, which I don't do much anymore. Um, I just thought I never. I was telling my oldest son and my buddies that I never hated and loved the movie at the same time as much as I did Halloween Kills. Um, Man, there was so much wrong with it, but so much that was really good about it. That's the fucked up thing. I don't think I ever had a movie tear me quite like this one did. Like I said, the first time I saw it, I hated it. Um, except for the scenes with Michael. The kill scenes were always really fucking. I think they're great in it. I initially thought the character of Loomis was a CGI effect on another actor, and it turns out it wasn't. It was all practical effects. They got a guy that had the same kind of build as Donald Pleasance did, and actually kind of resembled him in the face a little bit, and then they added all this prosthetic to him, and I thought they did an amazing job uh, with that makeup for him. The voice was a little off. I think there's a couple other voice actors that probably could have done the Donald Pleasance voice a little better than was done in the film, but that's just nitpicking. But I've watched it 3 times now. I went back and watched the Halloween 2018. Um, Kind of feeling the same way about that movie. I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it, but going back and watching it a second or third time, the first one. Um, Again, there's a few things wrong with that film. No film is perfect, but you could see kind of where the story was going. It was weird. It was kind of almost like It's so weird. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about that one. But anyway, Halloween Kills picks up exactly uh, the moment as the last Halloween film ends. Um, I'm sure everybody's seen it by now, so there's probably going to be spoilers in this thing, in this video. And again, as you can probably tell, I'm still on the fence about it. The kill scenes in it are amazing. The flashback scenes to Halloween 1978 were incredible. I thought they looked amazing. They were shot very well. Um, and it kind of intros a couple other storylines into the first film, which I liked. Um, so the build up to that, what was happening there was cool. The opening of the film was cool, where the one kid from the last film, the long haired kid that ended up pretty much disappearing at the end of the first film, picks up where him walking home from the dance from the first film finds. Shit, I knew I was going to forget his name. Anyway, he finds the sheriff. God damn. Forgot his name already. I should write this stuff down, but so that was cool, that whole opening thing. And then it gets into this weird like subplot with Anthony Michael Hall, who I know is not a great actor, but he is fucking terrible in this film. Um, and I think it's the dialogue. I don't think it's him. I think everybody that had to deliver dialogue in this film overdid it, if that makes sense. Um, it was it was just ridiculous. The dialogue and the acting was terrible. I mean, I know the acting in the original Halloween, if you go back and watch it now as an adult, is terrible. So I mean, I don't know if they were going for like everybody in Haddonfield's an idiot or something, but or talks like an idiot, I should say. I don't know. I don't get it. But anyway, the subplot was ridiculous. And I know it was shot before, the insurrection on the Capitol, but it had that feel to it when they were in the hospital and the crowd was kind of going after this one escapee that escaped with Michael Myers, and that whole fucking hospital scene. If you take that whole thing out, you got a pretty good movie. There was just that whole subplot was ridiculous and lent nothing to the film. It had an ending, the subplot ending with the man dying anyway, the other escapee. So it made no sense in the film whatsoever. And they were chasing this guy, this poor dude around the hospital like he's Michael Myers. The guy literally was like 4'5", 250 pounds. So that whole fucking scene was ridiculous. And whether you're into politics or not, and you're the left side or the right side or in between or whatever, I don't give a fuck. But when it comes to horror movies, we're all one. Doesn't matter. Politics goes out the window when you go talk movies and music. But when the movies start adding in social justice shit, which I'm all for, but I don't need to see it in my films, like that's what you vote for when you vote. You know, you vote for your topics that are close to your heart. You don't vote for whatever. So it doesn't matter. Like, but anybody with half a brain would see what they were trying to do in this movie was a social justice thing, to turn in Haddonfield against each other. Um, Michael and blaming Michael Myers on it. It didn't. I don't know. Unless I took it the wrong way. Maybe I did. I have no idea. Anyhow, if you throw out that whole hospital scene, I mean, and Laurie, she's laid up the whole fucking movie. Now she went all, she's trying to go all like Sarah Connor on Michael Myers. And he has, finally comes to the conclusion in this film that he has nothing, he wants nothing to do with her. It's not about her. He just wants to kill. He's just a machine, a killing machine that goes home at the end of the day. He wants to go home. So it has nothing to do with her, which I kind of like, because it didn't really have anything to do with her to begin with. He just happened to see her come to the house in the first film to drop keys off or something, because her father was showing it later. That was the only interaction he had with her prior to stalking her in that first film. So, I mean, when she goes to school in the first film with Lonnie, or no, with Tommy, drops the keys off, he follows her from the house to the high school. And that's why when she's sitting in class, she looks out and sees him. So that was the first interaction between them. And he was stalking her the rest of the day in the original Halloween. So it had nothing to do with like siblings and all that shit. They kind of wrote that out of the whole series. in this trilogy, which is fine. And I guess that's why after 40 years, Laurie Strode thought that he was going to just break out and stalk her again, but that wasn't the case at all. He's, like I said, he's just a killing machine. What I do like, and what got on my nerves in the first time I watched it, was Big John and Little John. That whole fucking scene pissed me off. Now I love it. I think it's a great scene. The whole them living in the Myers house and the dialogue between those two were really good. And the guy that played Lonnie, I don't know the actor's name. He was the best actor in the film, I thought, other than Michael Myers or whoever portrayed Myers. Lonnie felt real in that film. Nobody else did. Everyone else seemed like they were acting, if that makes sense. The guy that played Lonnie, man, he nailed it. I thought he was really good in it. He was the most believable character, I think. But the ending was pretty cool. So I guess, I mean, I don't know. There's so many I've watched so many videos on the ending of this thing, and there's so many different speculations from other YouTubers, opinion pieces and stuff. My feeling is that he slaughtered everybody in the road. He is evil. He's not a human. It's getting into a supernatural thing now, which is kind of weird because it's like the whole Jason Voorhees thing, maybe. And I hate to say that the writers Danny Green and knew I was going to forget his name. I'm so bad with names, but anyway, the three writers on this film, I absolutely see what they were going for. I don't think it I don't think it landed. I don't think it's going to hold up. Now we'll see what happens in the third film. I'm really curious about the third film. I thought they had filmed them back to back. That wasn't the case, I guess, because of COVID. They couldn't do it. I thought originally they were going to. So they don't start filming until January of 2022 with an October release date, which seems pretty short, but I guess it's done that way nowadays. I don't know, man. Usually when I think of movie sets, I think of months on end, but I guess that's not how it's done anymore. So we'll see. I mean, I don't want to spend, I'm already fucking 13 minutes deep on the fucking Halloween Kills. So overall, man, it's one that I love it, but I hate it at the same time. I never had a film. I mean, even more so than Star Wars, that fucking Last Jedi or whatever that one was. The second one in this last trilogy. I felt the same way about that film. Like, I loved some of it and I hated most of it, though. This one, I loved all the action, the fucking Michael Myers kill scenes. He was awesome in it. The acting was terrible, except for Lonnie, the guy that played Lonnie. I really liked him in it. And of course, Big John and Little John, I thought were really good in it. Even acting wise, they were really good in it. I could probably guess that Danny McBride, Green's the other guy. Danny McBride wrote that Big John, Little John scene. I have a feeling. There was just some things that they said to each other that has his comedic timing, I guess you could say. But anyway, overall, I give it like a 7 out of 10. I gave Halloween, the last one, probably 8 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. So it's not, it's a fucking good watch, I'll tell you that. But if you can get past the shitty acting, it's just disappointing that the acting was that bad. But all right, so let's get into some new stuff. I got some vinyl, I got some CDs, and I got one Blu-ray, a couple magazines. First up, picked up this new Iron Maiden boot, Somewhere on Tour. This one's an audience recording from Japan in 1987. I thought it sounded good. Again, it's on that Heavy Metal Records label. Has the cool OBI strip or OB strip, whatever you want to call it. Still debating on that one. And it's from Somewhere in Time tour. Greeno and I usually jump on these things right away when we see them, so I think he picked this up as well, but we'll find out, I guess, later. We are planning to do, I know I said this last time, a Man Cave of Doom. We were going to do a Halloween edition, and then just time, man. Both of us got super busy, so it's coming. I don't know if it'll be a Halloween one, but we'll do a Halloween segment anyway. Next up, I picked up the reissue of October Rust from Type O Negative. This is probably my favorite Type O Negative record. I always love this record, and this album always reminds me of like autumn. Obviously October, but like this time of year, it has that vibe to it, dark and brooding, and does a killer cover of Cinnamon Girl from Neil Young on here. My Girlfriend's Girlfriend, I always love that tune. The Green Man is killer. Love You to Death, I think, is amazing as well. There was one. Oh yeah, Cinnamon Girl, and then I forget the other one. But anyway, this one's on Run Out Groove. I think this is their latest release, but it's green and black vinyl. Super limited, as the Run Out Grooves are. Some of them go faster than others. I have a feeling this one's going to go pretty fast, so this isn't one you normally see out there. And like I said, this is probably my favorite Type O Negative record. It's a shame that Pete Steele's no longer with us, but a couple CDs I picked up. This one I found on YouTube. I just happened to find a clip from this band. They're called Lick. This is called Just a Taste. This was recorded in 1979. And this is on that Prague AOR Records, like a limited. There's only 300 copies of these, from what I understand. But if you like just straight up hard rock, like, I don't know, Kiss, Ted Nugent, Montrose, that kind of thing, you'll dig these guys. I like this a lot. I thought this was good. I found this on I want to say Hell's Headbangers, maybe, from their latest, one of their last updates, I think it was. And then I listened to some clips on YouTube, so I liked it a lot. I thought it was cool. I sent Greeno a link to it right away because I think that would be something that would be right up his alley. Next up, I picked up a brand new release, Muddy Waters and Montreux Years. Brand new CD release. I think this is coming out on vinyl, but it was pushed back, as all new vinyl is right now, because of the what do you call lost my train of thought. Oh, because all the product sitting out on the in the oceans on all the cargo ships. Vinyl's really starting to go up, as is everything. But so I'll be buying more CDs again. But here's the Montreux Years, Muddy Waters. I think this combines 3 shows all on one CD. I love this shit, man. I love this old. I was never a live album guy, but when it comes to like old recordings, like, I mean newer live albums, but when it comes to older recordings like this, it's usually where they smoked. You know, it's usually where they were on fire, and you can really hear how fucking killer this band was. This is definitely worth a check. And then last up, finally got this. This was out in the summer, but only at their shows. They were doing shows together, and that's Eddie Spaghetti and Frank Meyer or Mayer. And this is called Motherfucking Rock and Roll. They had done a couple tracks at the beginning of the pandemic. You know, a lot of bands were doing recordings online over the internet. So they did a couple tracks, I think a cover and something, maybe an original. I forget. They did a Tom Petty cover. I know that, but I can't remember which one. So anyway, they ended up recording a 10-song album, but not in over the internet. They went in the studio and recorded it. And it's on Kitten Robot Records. And they do a killer version of My Sharona on here, by the way. But anyway, there it is. The Eddie Spaghetti and Frank Meyer. Motherfucking Rock and Roll. If you like the Super Suckers or the Street Walking Cheetahs from where Frank's from, you'll love this record. Straight up rock album. I love it. I think it's great. Has the tracks Motherfucking Rock and Roll. I think it sucks and I don't like it, which was a title Eddie said that his kid said, I forget what about, but his little kid's like, yeah, well, I think it sucks and I don't like it. And Eddie said, you know what? That's a great song title. And wrote it. Knock My Teeth Out, Top Shelf Shame, My Sharona, Relationship Wreck, Tattletale, Heartache, You Can't Take It Back, and Barroom Brawl. So there you have it. And I think Kitten Robot as well. You can go on their website. They have a limited red marble pressing of this on vinyl, a pre-order, which I have pre-ordered, and black vinyl. But if you like the Super Suckers, definitely check that record out. Next up, dude, I've been waiting for this fucking movie to come out on Blu-ray for years, even on the good DVD. But Shout Factory finally put it out, and that's I used to watch this film on like cable and get the biggest kick out. It was so fucking dumb that it was great. And that's Nothing But Trouble with John Candy, Dan Aykroyd, Chevy Chase, Demi Moore. It's a fucking bizarre film. It's a horror comedy, I guess. But I've always loved this film. I don't know why. It's not a great film, but it's one of those films that, like, when you see it the first time, you're like, when I saw it the first time, I thought it was interesting, but it's not for everybody. Let's just put it that way. It's bizarre, but I love it. It's out there, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I haven't watched this yet. I just got it in the mail. I can't wait to watch this tonight. But I think there's a scene in here with the Humpty Dance dude. What was that guy's name? Don't they pull over fucking Humpty and his entourage in there and kill him? I forget something. I guess the Humpty Dance was big at the time of this movie was being filmed, but fucking, I love this film. So whatever, say what you want, say what you will. Couple new magazines I picked up. There hasn't been too much lately. Seems like some magazines are still behind because of the pandemic, like Horror Hound. I'm still waiting for the Halloween edition of that and the Halloween edition of Rue Morgue. They haven't shown up yet. I don't know. So, but the Halloween edition of Scary Monsters this year's has shown up. Again, another glow in the dark cover. Printed 4 times a year. Usually it covers all monster movies. mostly from the 50s, 60s, and early 70s. But it looks like, I mean, this one has more of a modern horror cover, modern, movies that they're covering in this magazine. I would love to see Scary Monsters go into the 80s at least and start covering, have more retrospects about certain films from the 80s, but maybe at some point. But I mean, they've pretty much exhausted every fucking horror film from 1960 on, I think. And every issue I read from cover to cover. It's crazy. I love this magazine. I've been buying this magazine now for about 20 years. I think, yeah, it's up to 123 issues. And it comes out every 3 months, I think. I think it's quarterly. But now I think the last year's Glow in the Dark cover sold out. Like you can't get it anymore. So there is certain issues of this, like you can get a lot of their back issues through their website for cheap too, $3 or something. But there's a lot of issues that sold out that are no longer available. And some of those are gone for stupid money now. Last year's Glow in the Dark one, like I said, is already sold out. So I have a feeling this one's going to sell out this year. But it's pretty cool. I haven't put it in a dark room yet to see what glows, but I could tell there is other monsters in there. You can see the lines. I don't know. Killer Magazine. And last up, I picked up the latest issue of Scream from the UK. Has a Halloween retrospect in it. Evil Dead, 40 Years of Evil Dead. Covers a Nightmare. This is a great issue. I mean, there's if you like Evil Dead, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, there's Jaws, The Revenge. They do a retrospect on that. And then 43 Years of the Shape, Halloween retrospect, and then the Halloween Kills retrospect. I think this one they were just doing they did a piece on just the trailer for Halloween Kills. So I would imagine the next issue, this one's behind, like I said, because it's the UK. This is the September, October issue, but it just came out. So I won't see the November, December issue till right around Christmas time. So, but if you see this at Barnes & Noble, definitely pick that up. Killer Magazine. I think they were every 2 months, but maybe they went quarterly now through the pandemic. But and an update on my hobby, the Batmobile hobby. Here is hello. This is the first 66 that I'm working on. So there's an update, and that's just the metal body. So all the paint's done. I know it doesn't look like the original. I made it look more so like the actual TV version. So that's going in. I got the labels, or not the labels, the decals coming. Sorry. And then I have their black. This is the other one I got. And this is just black. It's going to look like the original. So next up, I got the decals coming. Like I said, they should be here any day. And then clear coating it, and they'll be ready to go. And that'll be my first 266 Corgi Batmobiles that I worked on. I've already stripped them 3 times. I wasn't happy with the paint on the first time I did it. I fucked it all up because I'm a novice at it. I'm new to it. The second time I did it, it looked great. And then painting lines for the red lines on it, I fucked it all up. And I couldn't fix it. So I had to strip it all again. So this time I got them perfect the way I want them. I'm just waiting on the decals, the clear coat. I have all the chrome pieces painted out in the garage, drying now. And then I'll clear coat them this week. But again, more nerd shit. I have a third one, hopefully, coming this week that I'm going to fix up for somebody else. So we'll see how that goes, but I don't know. It's pretty fun. But anyway, that's going to be it for this update. I know it was kind of a long one talking about Halloween Kills at the beginning, but this is the only chance I get to really talk movies. So if you weren't into the Halloween Kills thing, you can always fast forward through it. No big deal. But getting back to it, like I said, it's about 7 out of 10. And I might feel differently if I watch it for a fourth time, but I don't think I'm going to do that until next year. But anyway, that's it. Like I said, hopefully we'll be doing a Man Cave of Doom soon. We got Black Friday coming up. Got all kinds of shit coming up. We're started remodeling the store. Thank God it's only been 4 years in the making. So I've been busy doing that. I'm going to be super busy over the next 2 weeks tearing the store apart. But it's going to be worth it in the end. I hope if I have everything calculated right, we're going to have a lot more room for vinyl because we're running out of room big time. We're seeing so much vinyl right now. We're turning a lot of vinyl away. Just beat up vinyl, that not even beat up vinyl, but like just mediocre titles that we usually take for the dollar bin. We turn it away now because we have so much of it. So, but we're seeing vinyl and CDs like crazy. CD sales are picking up again. It's fucking weird. I don't get it, but I love it because I still love CDs. CDs sound great. There's just certain titles that sound better on CD than vinyl. And I'll fight all day long. It's about the music. It's not about the format. So anyway, that's it. I'll talk to y'all real soon. Like I said, hopefully a new Man Cave of Doom coming pretty soon. And that's it. So I'll see y'all soon. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Do all the normal shit. Click thumbs up. I'm not all about getting views, and this is just for me and for people that want to watch this. I'm not just a YouTuber. You know what I mean? So we do this shit for fun, not make money or all that shit. So anyhow, another rant. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.